I don't know what was wrong with me as a child, but home food and I were not friends. My mom would cook rice at home and I would look at it like assignments. But once that same rice entered our neighbor's house, especially the one that sold food, my appetite would take up like alarm clock. My mom said I was about 2 years old that time, but I already had food attitude. She said that every Saturday afternoon, she would cook rice at home, plenty, white, and fine. You know that type of rice that smells nice when it's still boiling, and you can already imagine stew on top. That's one. She would set the table, wipe my little chair, then call me, Esther, come and eat. Now, picture small me, tiny round cheeks, wearing oversized pants with my hair packed. I would come out, look at the plate of rice, then look at my mom. I'll twist my mouth like someone just poured bitter leaf into my tongue. Mommy, I don't want, I'll say, pushing the spoon away. My mom would beg. She would sing. She would even promise, if you eat your food, I'll buy sweet for you. But no, my tiny stubborn spirit will rise. I would cross my arms and shake my head. Now, here is where it gets funny. Our neighbor, Mama Nkechi, had a small food shop right in front of our compound. She sold rice and stew, beans and plantain, everything. And her stew, my people, that stew had power. You see, even when my mom was still cooking, the smell of Mama Nkechi's stew would float through the window like perfume. Tomato, pepper, fried oil, and that small meat scent that used to hold your nose hostage. So while my mom's rice was sitting quietly on the table, my nose was already at the neighbor's shop, eating with my imagination. Wait first, let me ask you, did this ever happen to you as a child? Like your mom would cook at home, but it is your neighbor's food that will suddenly taste like heaven. Be honest though, because I can't be the only one that used to disgrace home food. Anyway, that particular day, my mom had reached her limit. After begging, threatening, and even trying to sing church songs to motivate me, she said, okay, since you don't want to eat my food, we will try something new. She packed her own rice into a small bowl, tied her wrapper tight, lifted me with one hand because that was her favorite mother power move, and marched straight to Mama Nkechi's shop. When we got there, she smiled and said, Mama Nkechi, I beg, give me small stew for this rice. This my daughter. She no dey chop unless na your stew. Mama Nkechi laughed, that loud Igbo auntie laugh, the kind that shakes the whole shop, and she said, ah, Esther, you don't like your mommy's stew again? I didn't even answer. I was already eyeing the big pot of stew she was stirring. You know that thick red stew that shines like oil paint and smells like joy. That's one. Mama Nkechi scooped one big spoon of stew, peppery, oily, with more round meat rolling inside, and poured it in our white rice. The sound of that stew landing on the rice, music to my soul. Before they even mixed it well, I had already stretched my tiny hand for the spoon. My mom said, wait oh, it's still hot. But who bought me? I blew it small and started it. The first bite entered my mouth. I started dancing small baby dance. My eyes closed. My legs began to move like generator wire. The taste was like joy and pepper married together. My mom and Mama Nkechi were just laughing. I cleared the plate. Me that used to reject one spoon at home. I even looked around like, is there more? That was when Mama Nkechi's daughter Chika came in. She was older than me, maybe 5 or 6, but she used to act like my big sister. She saw me eating and said, so you can eat like this. She even teased, if I knew, I would have brought you my beans yesterday. Everybody laughed except me. I was too busy licking my fingers. After that day, Chika became my food friend. Anytime Mama Nkechi cooked, she would call me from our gate. Esther, come and see something. That something was always food. One day, I even followed her secretly to their kitchen just to watch her mom fry stew. I remember I stood there on tiptoe, watching the pepper sizzle and said in my baby's voice, "Auntie, this stew is singing." She laughed and said, "Yes, my dear, that's how stew sings when it's ready." But guess what? My mom caught me one day sneaking out again and to go and visit Steve. She just folded her arms and said, "So Esther, you now live in the neighbor's kitchen, Abby?" I quickly tried to form innocent face. "Mommy, I was just looking." She shook her head, trying not to laugh. "Looking? With spoon in your hand?" I smiled like Momo and said, "They still called me." At that point, she couldn't hold her laughter anymore. She just carried me, kissed my cheek, and said, "You this child." Now that I am grown, I think back and realize something. It wasn't really about the stew. As children, we are drawn to anything that feels new, different, or exciting. Home food feels normal. Same plate, same smell, same food. But food from outside, it is adventure. It is flavor with mystery. And sometimes as parents, we stress too much thinking our kids are just being stubborn. But truth is, they are just exploring the world in their own little way. My mom could have shouted or forced me to eat, but instead, she found a playful way around it. She made me enjoy the food without turning it into a battle. That is one thing I love about her, and that lesson stuck with me. Sometimes we don't need to fight children to reach them, you just need to understand them. But let me ask you again, did your mom ever try funny tricks to make you eat, like pretending to feed your teddy first, or saying, "If you don't eat, the food will cry"? Because my mom used to do all those drama. Now, as an adult, anytime I taste stew that reminds me of Mama Nkechi, I just smile. It brings back that innocent joy. That time when rice and stew was all I needed to feel like the happiest child in the world. Looking back, I realized that day wasn't just about rice and stew. It was about love, patience, and community. My mom didn't feel ashamed to ask the neighbor for help. Mama Nkechi didn't hold her stew like treasure. Everybody helped everybody. That's the beauty of African neighbors. We may not be related by blood, but we share food, laughters, and memories that last forever. So tell me, did you ever behave like me when you were small? Refusing to eat at home but clearing plates at the neighbor's house? Or maybe your own kids are giving you that same headache now? Share your story in the comments. I want to know who else has this neighbor steal syndrome. And if this story made you laugh or remind you of your childhood, please like and share and subscribe, because childhood gists like this, we still have plenty waiting for you.